Mate, what is we'll do some best 23s now. So I'm going to let you go first. Now, I don't know how you want to go about tackling this.
Do we just want to work from the back line? Like I've got everything
Yeah.
sort of back line, half back,
Yeah.
centre. Like I've got it all kind of positioned like
Let
that.
me
So
just pull up my notes. But if you want to start with your back line, I think that's probably a good way to go. So we'll go with the backs, and we'll see. Let's see how many we get exactly the same. So I've gone with 6 backs, just so you know.
yeah, okay. So I guess I'll go the whole back half then. So my back six is, and this is again assuming everyone is fit.
Assuming they're all fit, correct.
That's the lens we're putting across all.
Not necessarily a round one team.
Yeah,
best team throughout
but
the
if
year.
we were to bring this team, like if we were to go to the grand final, this is the team that I'd be bringing, for example. So the back six: Jed Buse, Sam De Koning, Z-Bang, Guthrie, Mitch Duncan, Jack Henry, Tom Stewart.
No Asava. Okay, I've got De Koning, Jack Henry, Asava, Radigalia. I think he's done enough. He probably will have done enough by the end of the year. Tom Stewart, Z-Banger, Guthrie, and Jed Buse. So I do have Mitch Duncan.
You just position him elsewhere.
Do I have Mitch Duncan? Yes, I do have Mitch Duncan. I've just got him elsewhere. So no, don't have him. Don't have him in that role.
My process was look at the grand final team and then adjust from there.
I've actually got Mitch Duncan on the bench. A little spoiler there. All right. Shall I go first with my midfielders?
Yeah, go to centre line.
Yep. All right, so I've got the Blitz, Mark Blitzarves, Max Holmes, Tom Atkins, Reece Stanley, Paddy Dangerfield, and Cam Hellis Guthrie. He's got less hair than his baby brother now, and his baby brother can't grow hair. Yeah. Anyone different for you in that group?
So my centre line, I'll kind of go across and then deal with the ruck rover situation.
Sure.
Isaac Smith, Patrick Dangerfield, Max Holmes. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Danger doesn't really matter because he's in the centre, so like you can kind of centre, ruck rover, whatever.
Yep.
It's all the same.
Yep.
Alongside Danger in the middle, you'll then have Stanley, Guthrie, Blitzarves. I went Blitzarves in the middle because I initially put Blitzarves on the wing, and then I took a look at Isaac Smith. I'm like, oh, hang on, he's not going to play in the centre.
Yeah.
This is a pure wingman who doesn't want to get touched by anyone. So we'll have to pop him on the outside, and so fix that up pretty quickly.
Okay. Well, I didn't have Isaac Smith. This is very controversial considering he's just won a Norm Smith medal.
You didn't have him in the 23.
I've got him as an emergency when it's all said and done. That was probably the toughest one for me. I just couldn't quite get him in there, unfortunately. But we're pretty close in that regard as well. All right, you jump in with your forwards, and we'll.
All right, so the forward six: Stengel, Cameron, Close, Rowan, Hawkins, Myers. I feel like that's a pretty
Rowan, Hawkins. Well, I've actually bumped Rowan for Ollie Henry when it's all said and done towards the end of the year. So that one would probably be I don't think it'll be a massive outrage with that call. I think you could almost flip a coin on those two because Gary, is he going to hold? He's getting older. He's still probably first picked, I'm guessing. But, will that be the case towards the end of the year? I'm not sure. So I went with Ollie Henry in that position. Now, I
feel like 23 would be the last season where Rowan is kind of the obvious pick for him, and then 24 becomes Ollie Henry's spot. So. Yeah,
exactly right. So I love Gary Rowan. It's one of my favourites actually, but I just do feel like this might be the year that age catches him. I hope not, because we're going to win a premiership. We just need these guys to hang on a little bit longer, don't we? So, look, my interchange, and I've already mentioned interchange. Sorry, I should say. Sound like an American internet. The interchange, I did say, includes Mitch Duncan. I've also got 5 on the interchange.
Yeah, we've got 5.
5 now. So we've got Mitch Duncan, Zach Tui, Brandon Parfitt, Tanner Bruin, and Jack Bowes. I imagine we're going to have a little bit of difference here.
Oh, there's a name that unless I misremember, there's a name that you've not shouted out that I'm shocked and appalled that you've not named. So my bench, there's a couple commonalities. There's Zach Tui, there's Brandon Parfitt. I do still have Ollie Henry in my team. He's just on the bench.
Okay, fair enough. Yep, he's in the squad. Yep.
Tom Atkins.
Did I mention him as a midfielder? I did mention him. He's in my midfield.
Okay.
So we had come on. We have got the axe. We're not dropping the axe.
And I've got. It's not. I guess my personal pick, but I think it's what's going to happen. Mark O'Connor.
He's not in your team. or he's in the
No,
team?
he's the fifth on the bench.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I feel like that's the case. Like they've got him there. Like he's in the leadership.
Uh-huh.
I assume he's still in the leadership group. Like they see things in there. And you don't bench you don't sideline your leadership group typically. He's done nothing wrong
Not
either.
really.
So
I mean, he's slightly down on the year before. I think his 2021 was a bit better.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
But it's pretty. It's like in the days when we were picking on Shannon Burns. Or not me, but people were picking on Shannon Burns because 2007, like a super team, and there's one guy that's not as good as Stevie J or Gary Ablett Jr. or Jimmy Barr. It's like, goodness me, but they're absolute guns in any other team. So, mate, I think, did we mention, and if either of us mentioned Jake Kolodashny? Have we both got him missing?
So I did pick emergencies, and he's one of the emergencies.
I've got him as an emergency as well. I've got Mark O'Connor as an emergency, Gary Rowan as an emergency, Jake, of course, and the big one, Isaac Smith, as an emergency, which many people watching this show will probably disagree with me on. But I'm just going with the age equation on that one, and I just feel like, I don't know. Are you strongly against that one? Are you prepared to take your headphones off and walk out of the room and call it a night?
About Isaac Smith.
Isaac Smith, are you done?
I mean,
are you furious about that one?
I'm not furious about it. I can understand the logic, but at the same time, the guy did just win the.
That's the problem. You've got to make a big call sometimes. So I feel like look. I had some unlucky players.
To be fair, I don't think he had any bad games last year either.
No, he didn't really. No, he actually.
It's not like he was on the slides, had one good game in the grand final, and that's kind of papering over a bad season. He had a fantastic season.
He did. He had two best on grounds.
Some really important moments, and best on the grand final. Well, he wasn't best on the grand final. I think that was Paddy Dangerfield. But
I think we all agree on that one. But he was another game.
I get it.
Yeah, it was early in the year. He was the best on. Like some other unlucky players that probably will play games this year. Not say they're not going to play at all, but they weren't.
Well, I'll quickly jump in with my emergencies before you throw it out.
Oh, sorry, you haven't done the emergencies. Sorry, mate.
My emergencies were Cole Jasny, Bruin, and Bowes.
Bruin and Bowes. Okay. Not there at the end of the year if we make finals. Yeah. Okay. Look, I don't think I'm not objecting to that at all. I just probably feel like
all of it's that same logic as Ollie Henry. Really, it's that I expect that they will get plenty of game time. They'll be close, but if the 23, if the squad remains fit, they're 2024 players really.
So I've got them all in. I've got all three in. I think so. I just found. I think did I have anyone on the bench? I think I had Tanner Bruin and Jack Bowes on the bench. Just making it. Just shading a couple of others. These are the unlucky ones for me, and I didn't ask you to come up with list of these, but I imagine some of these will be on your list because I haven't heard them being yelled out. Sam Menengola, fortunately, I think just bit of bad luck. I feel my heart breaks for the guy.
Well, he's injured again at the moment.
He's injured again for the medium term. Shannon Neal, I feel like he's just gonna. He looks like he could be anything, but I just don't feel like this is going to be his year.
Well, he gets in if Hawkins or Cameron goes down, but otherwise,
of course he does. Of course,
if you're talking best 23,
we're talking best 23. No injuries, a perfect season on the injury front. Sam Simpson, another one that is probably back to fitness again, but I still feel like he's behind a few others in the pecking order. But he did look good in some of the footage I saw today, running around. He looked very impressive. Ollie Dempsey's another one that I think. I really want him to have some opportunities because I don't want to lose him to another club or delisting or anything like that. But I think he's very exciting. Jai Clark, I mean, let's play the long game with Jai Clark. I think he's carrying a bit of a foot injury at the minute anyway, but even though he had a run today. And Toby Conway's the other one that I think they really want to get games into him, but will he be picked over Reece Stanley or someone like that on grand final day if we make it? Fingers crossed. Don't know. Anyone else I've missed there that's like you think's really unlucky to?
Well, I mean, for me, because he didn't get a gig in my 23, and it was an emergency. For me, Asava is that one that's right on the fringe there, and the only reason that's the case is because he's a tall.
Yes.
It's the position problem there. If we didn't quite have that level of versatility that we do, and I mean when I say versatility, I mean in case of emergency, throw blitzarves down there if you need.
That's right.
Then then he would be at the very least an emergency, but because they've always got that versatility available to them, they don't have to upset the apple cart a little bit to throw him in the team. Not that he'll be, he's not going to be a bad addition if we need him.
No.
I'm fully faithful that he's still going to remain on our list, and he's going to be a starting, again, similar sort of deal. Maybe 2024, that's when he starts to push through as Hawkins gets real close and injuries start to kick in, and we start using blitzers in different ways and all those sorts of different things.
Mate, have we used blitzers in every way known to man at the moment? We haven't.
He hasn't played full forward yet.
No, but he kicks goals still.
He still kicks goals. So yeah, like Radagalia is kind of the main one for me. I'm just double checking through the list in case there's anyone else.
There's probably a bunch of others. Look, there's a bunch of guys that have drafted this year that I'd love to see 2 or 3 games get into them. Like,
well, I mean, look, if
Phoenix Foster, I'd love to see what he's capable of. I mean, I'll go to a few VFL games where I can, and just want to see some growth. But it'd be great to see some opportunities. It's just going to be hard for these young guys to get some chances this year.
Yeah,
they're going to have to be patient.
Lots of established boys doing some really great work. So that's kind of the nature of the beast when you're a top, a premiership team.
Exactly. But what better place to learn the craft anyway? Mate, let's